Well, the Texas Railroad Commissioner claims that environmentalism is the worship of Baal. It's no surprise that these right-wing Christians never really get anywhere because anything they don't like is somehow the worship of some other god, and that then makes it evil.
Ended up as now the chairman of the Texas Railroad Commission, which has authority over all our oil and gas and coal resources in the state of Texas. And here we are in our country in the midst of a historic conversation about how we use the resources from the earth, what we do with oil and gas, and this questions about climate. How does your biblical understanding of Christian principles translate into this conversation and apply to this conversation about energy and resources and how we are stewards of God's earth?
Well, it doesn't really, because the Bible doesn't say anything about oil or gas or anything like that, because those people were too dumb to know what gas and oil was. They didn't even know that if you washed your hands, you can stay clean and not get sick.
Well, most important thing, it's God's gift to man. And real early in the scripture, as you, I think, referenced, God told us real quick that man was the one that was supposed to take care of this. And it was our responsibility to do it. And you
Well, you're doing a very poor job.
look then at the truth. And I know that we're in a day and age where my truth is your truth and whatever I think you mentioned that, Congressman. But the fact is, when we look at the truth of the history is, for the last 100 years, let's give real quick, the biggest scam in history I found in the 6 years I've been as your railroad commissioner is this Green New Deal, environmental catastrophe. All this is the biggest scam on public worldwide.
So he's saying a bill that never passed Congress is somehow affecting America and thus somehow a scam. And catastrophes, what, like a tornado goes through a town, destroying a bunch of buildings, and that is somehow a scam? Does this guy even know what the word scam means?
And frankly, we are guilty of that to the extent that I can go to a church, I can go to a Republican club, and they'll say, oh, well, we want the clean environment. We want oil and gas to clean up. Folks, let me tell you something. We've just lived through the last 100 years, and the temperature, the Paris Accord, all this environmental stuff is saying, we've gone up 2 degrees in the last 100 years, and if we go up another 1.5 degrees in the next 30 or 40 years, we're all going to die, right? So we're going to spend $78 trillion. First bill Biden signed when he got back in was Paris Accord.
Was it even $78 trillion though? It seemed like a number he just pulled out.
And he says we're going to spend $78 trillion, hundreds of thousands of jobs worldwide to perhaps keep the temperature from going up 1.5 degrees the next 20 or 30 years. Now, let me give you some facts that people don't consider. The past 100 years, when the temperature went up 2 degrees, we decreased environmental deaths by 98%.
Is that even true? Because that sounds like something he just pulled out as well.
So, more folks didn't die when the temperature went up 2 degrees for the past 100 years. Now, how are we going to fix 1.5 degrees in the next 40 or 50? We're going to take away oil and gas, which has kept us warm and cool during hot and cold times, and we're going to fix it by doing away with the protectants God gave us the last 100 years to fix it.
The protectants God gave us? God gave us oil and gas to protect the earth? What? This guy is so crazy. It's just like, why are Christians like this? I just don't understand.
Does this sound like a logical process? But we have started worshiping at the throne of, Mother Nature. And here's how we think, and I want us to be very careful to re-educate. We think, as they have been teaching us for 40 years, from Al Gore's time, that Mother Earth, if it weren't disturbed by man, would be a perfect balance. And anything man does messes that up. And so anything we do is bad. If we make water cleaner, stronger, better available, that's wrong.
That's not what people are talking about. People are talking about how destructive human civilizations are on the environment, the amount of pollution and all that, not cleaning the water. Though he doesn't want to talk about how much pollution gas and oil and stuff causes.
because that's disturbing Mother Nature. Now, that's the same thing that I read in the Bible as worshiping Baal. We worship Mother Earth. And why would God have created the Garden of Eden if Mother Earth was so friendly outside?
Why would he? Why? It's funny how Christians believe in other gods while claiming there is only one God, yet they always want to say everybody else is worshiping all of these gods. Like, do you realize you're not really monotheistic if you believe there's other gods people can worship?